Who's the richest black person we know?
Yeah, probably Oprah.
Oprah.
Yeah, it's Oprah. Yeah, I can't lie on that
We can
one.
find
It's
who's the
Oprah.
richest black man we know.
Jay-Z. He's a billionaire.
Going Jay-Z. But I don't even know that. But I mean, yeah, that nigga rich as a motherfucker though. But I mean, be for real though. Black women outrank it. Black women have been the dominant one.
Okay.
So for now them to be like, oh, we're just this, oh, we're just that. We're the niggas out here. When these niggas can't work, black bitches go out and do it. When they nigga can't work, black go out and do it. She'll bite the bullet. She'll come back. She'll take it. If she feel like when she come back, she's at peace. She'll go out there, bite the bullet, come back. If she's at peace, if her needs are met. So I don't know. It's just a little crazy. They don't know. I don't know. It's a little wild. I think there's a gap. There's a respect gap. I think it's gone. And that's why I hate niggas and niggas hate me. No, you got something to say? All right, somebody got something to say.
Bring them up. Bring them up.
All right. You got something to say?
I like hearing you. I love understanding. I love it. Out.
So what you wanted to say?
Yeah, top of it, everybody. I'm enjoying this dialogue. You know what I'm saying? It's getting kind of deep. I do have something to counter, not to contradict you, but you know, like I said, I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying, what you both are saying. Except for the black woman outrates the black man piece. But I want to go back and double back to what you was talking about the PTSD, the post-traumatic slavery disorder. Did you study psychology?
I went to school. I did African American history.
Okay, so the original diagnosis of post-traumatic slavery disorder, that's the actual diagnosis, right? It actually got passed, and the person that got it passed was my father. He's the one that wrote the original dissertation to get that diagnosis in the books, like that psychology book that you read, DSM-4, with all the diagnoses inside. He's the one that him and his team got it in there, right?
I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with it.
And the reason why and I'll send you the link for all that stuff when this is over. But the reason why they did that was because in the late 90s, somewhere around 98, 97, African American and Latino youth were being diagnosed with ADHD in droves, and they were being over medicated. They were giving these kids Ritalin like crazy and all these other drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, and they called it kiddie cocaine, right? That's what they called it. They called it kiddie cocaine. And so when they came with this diagnosis, they said, wait a minute, these kids don't need any of that. What they need is a more healthy, stable family life, a better diet. They need not be eating so much sugar and candy and chips and snacks and soda, right? So they took more of a holistic approach to healing that child from whatever the teacher said was making that child uncontainable, because they had this child in their class that just couldn't sit down and couldn't focus. But it was all about what was going on at home. Exactly. She just hit the nail on the head, the Willie Lynch papers. So that document is actually in the dissertation, and it talks about the science of breaking up the black man and the black woman and the black family, but also it talks about the science of keeping them together. Because Willie Lynch said if you keep them together, it's better economics. Because what they're going to do when they're together is produce another child. But that was their main purpose, to see the black man and black woman married. It wasn't to produce happy family life in a slave community. It was to produce more product. If you make another child, I could sell it.
Hello.
So that's the reason they did that, right? But then when they went to go break up the family, that was for the purpose of also better economics, because it was like, we don't need y'all getting too unified.
Bring this back to post-traumatic slave syndrome.
This is all in the book. That's why I'm talking about it. Because she just mentioned Willie Lynch.
No,
and
I'm familiar with the Willie Lynch papers.
Right, but the original dissertation I was telling you about, the post-traumatic slavery dissertation, the Willie Lynch letters in there too. But I'm gonna get off that and go back to that's the thing I agree with you on.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go back to the thing that I wanted to counter, not really argue, but I just wanted to add my 2 cents. All right. I work in information technology, right? Now, I'm gonna say this, and this is not even saying it from a perspective of somebody who just all the women around him in corporate America, he sees he makes more money than. That's not what I'm saying. That's not where I'm coming from. What I'm saying is there is a movement. If you go online and look, there is an active, serious movement. It's probably more taken seriously than LGBT and Black Lives Matter and all the shit, right? And it's called wage equality, because you have these women. When you look in corporate America and you see the CEOs is disproportionate. So like, turn on CNBC, turn on Bloomberg, and they're gonna always be talking about it. On a lower level, it's not really talked about so much. So like if you're in construction or teaching and all that stuff.
But what is it? You gotta say what it is. What are they fighting for?
They're fighting for wage equality, equal pay, but on a higher scale.
As in women more like CEOs,
and this is not just black. This is just not black women. This is all women. All women are paid less in corporate America. All women are less CEOs in corporate America. And I want to add something else to the point, because you made a lot of good points. But I just want to throw our sauce in there as men. We have a billionaire, the richest black man in the world. His name is Robert F. Smith. He's the owner of Vista Equity Partners. He went to Morehouse College and he paid everybody's student loans, and the IRS still came after him. You have a black woman billionaire who just got dropped off the Forbes list because they said she did something wrong. Her name is Isabella de Santos. She was the daughter of the president of Angola, right? So we have a lot of billionaires on the male side and the woman's side. You said what?
They're not looking out for other niggas.
Well, did you hear what I just said?
Apparently, Mr. Morehouse did.
Robert F. Smith went to Morehouse and paid everybody's student loans. Would you like it if